This is Dispatches from Myrtle Beach with Charles Neal and my son Link from Good Mythical Morning. How you doing, Link?
I'm doing pretty great, Dad. How about you?
Oh, doing good. It's I don't know whether to bring this up. Me and you got on this topic before, but it's been hot as Hades here. Whew, baby.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm talking.
If you go out, you got to be in some liquid. It's that hot.
I mean, it's 93 to 96 and 103 or 4 heat index. So
Ooh, that's tough.
Of course, you know what humidity is, because when we get hot in the South here, it ain't just hot, it's humid. It's humid. Yeah.
It's HAWT with a W. It's got a W in there. I mean, does it get so hot that this happens to me a few times, if I get in my car, of course it could feel like 130 in my car. And that's even when I have that sunscreen windshield thing up, like the reflective thing to go on the windshield. But I hang my sunglasses on the visor, and then I flip the visor down to hold the sunscreen thing in place. And then when I get in the car, I'll flip the visor up, I'll take the sunscreen down, and then I'll take the sunglasses off of the visor and I'll put them on my face and burn my face with my sunglasses multiple times.
So, you might ought to be able to, it's multiple times figure out that you don't need to hang your sunglasses up there.
Okay. All right. I stepped right in that one, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Jump right in it. Feet first.
Well, then where do you keep your sunglasses?
Well, I ain't got one of them shields for my van. I don't worry about that stuff. And mine's stuck up over the sun visor where it ain't hanging down where the sun hits it. It's in the shade. So.
You don't believe in the sun visor?
Well, I mean, I use it down here after I get my glasses down and put them on.
I mean the sunshade for the windshield. You said you don't need that.
Well, I might have misspoke. I might need it, but I am not getting a sunshade to put in my van because I leave the window rolled down most of the time, and it's still going to be hot in there. So, I mean,
So if you're anti that, you're definitely anti something that a lot of people in California do. I don't know if this is quite as big of a trend as it was a decade or two ago, but I think it still happens a lot. And I actually had a friend in college who was from out here, and this is how I first heard about it, because he had it in his car out in North Carolina, and everybody thought it was the weirdest thing ever. I'll call it a carpet that goes on top of your dashboard that's perfectly cut and fit to go on top of your dashboard, and it just looks like a floor mat.
Oh yeah.
Are you familiar with this?
I'm kind of like you. It's been several years since I've seen one of them, but I mean,
a lot of people out here do it.
Well, and it probably ain't a bad idea, because when the sun hits that leather up there, and if you don't keep a lot of stuff clean and that armor all on it or something like that to keep it moist, and it'll crack and bust open, and then your car ain't worth near as much as it would have been if you're going to try to sell it or trade it or something. So,
I'd rather have one of the reflective shields. But you got to be, I think you're not saying the real reason. The real reason you don't like these reflective shields is because when you take them down, you got to have the skills necessary to take that thing and put two of them together, and then you grab it like this and you do a little magic trick, and it goes from being as big as a windshield to being as small as the face of a little baby doll. And then you can jam it right down in beside the seat or put it in the glove box. But if you don't know how to do the magic trick, you're like Christy, and you just get angry with it, and you throw it in the back of the car, and then whenever it's time to park, you're reaching back there trying to find it again, and you never learn how to do it.
So hold on just a minute. Hold on just one cotton picking minute. How much stuff have you seen me in your short lifetime, years ago, seen me make stuff, build stuff, or put stuff together and take it back apart, and you telling me that you don't think you could get me one of them things, and I got it and put it on my windshield for my truck or van or whatever it was, and I couldn't take it down and put it back together just like you said, and put it and stick it down in the side edge over there? You don't have any confidence in me about that at all.
I don't know how to respond to this, Dad. I guess it's going to have to be seeing is believing.
I guess so.
Because I do admit that you are a handy guy. And when it comes to dad magic, you are a master. So,
yeah, hey.
So that's not the reason. That's what you're telling me. That's not the reason.
I got something. You said I was the master because you sent me a birthday card and said, "Hail to the chef."
That's right. And open it up for him. Look at that. I know how much you like pop-up books. It's a pop-up car.
This thing's, Link's got a thing on there about Charles' special barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Big old barbecue sauce. That's it right there. Okay, I'll take it back. I know you could do the disc thing. I bet you could do it.
I probably could.
I mean, you can open and close that pop-up card.
Yeah.
Some people can't do that.
But that was a nice card. I appreciate it. Appreciate what you sent with it too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're gonna let Nancy spend it.
Yeah, that would be correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Link, we went to a concert where we have concerts downtown at North Myrtle Beach every Thursday night.
Okay.
And last week, when we went to the concert, Nancy said, "Well, I don't know if I want to go or not. I hadn't never heard of these people." And I had a friend of mine tell me, said, "Well, you need to go. These guys is really good." And the name of the group was Julio and the Saltines.
Okay. Julio and the Saltines, like the cracker?
Yep. And that's what a guy told me. He said, "Well, it's one Hispanic guy and 4 white guys that's in the band."
Okay.
And he said, and years ago when I was growing up, people had different names and stuff, and they used to call white people crackers.
Yes, I'm familiar.
But instead of naming them Julio and the Crackers, I thought that was pretty neat. This Julio and the Saltines.
Okay, so, yeah. It takes a little bit of work to get to the, I don't know if is it an acceptable term? I don't know. I guess that it's fine with you.
Well, probably, I mean.
You don't care if somebody calls you a cracker?
No, I mean.
It is a bit derogatory, but this makes it playful. Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was pretty neat that they used that to name the band. And let me tell you what.
They were good?
These boys was some kind of good. I mean.
Is it beach music?
No. Oh. Played stuff from the 70s, 80s, a little bit of the 90s. Played a lot of Aerosmith stuff.
Oh.
And this Julio.
Uh-huh.
Could flat ass sing. Man.
Okay.
I mean, and he sang for 2 hours, never quit. And of course, and all the other musicians in the band, they were good too. So
nobody quit.
If you ever hear that Julio and the Saltines is going to be in your neck of the woods, you have to go check them out.
Holler out, Julio and the Saltines. Mm-hmm. Interpret it how you wish.
Yeah, that's correct. And I'm going to get Link. I'm going to give one little short holler out to somebody else.
It's your show.
And her name is Michelle. And I went to a heating and air place about 2 weeks ago. And when I walked in the door, she said, "Oh my God, I know who you are. You Charles Neal from Dispatches from Myrtle Beach." And I watch Rhett and Link all the time too. So I'm giving Michelle a holler out at the heating and air place. Miller, it ain't Miller. That's my friend back home. Anyway, the heat and air place she worked at, she had a fit, and I think she probably wanted one, but it was late in the day and she didn't get a picture with me. But I've talked to her since, but she told me, she said, "Where do you live at? What are you doing here?" And I said, "I live about a block down the street from where you work." And she said, "Oh my God, we got a celebrity that lives close to us."
Now you can't be telling everybody who asks where you live now, Dad.
Well, I think people can figure that out. But see, I didn't say where I lived. I just said down the street.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
I didn't tell her the name of the heating and air place either. So
okay, you're calling me on everything today, and I deserve it.
I don't know about that. I apologize.
No. You got to keep me straight.
Sometimes we have days like that.
Keep me straight. I need it.
It's time for another edition of Myrtle Beach Mailbag. Well, Link, we got some mailbag stuff, and we got one from Miles, and we're gonna have to get into this one, I guess, kind of carefully, but maybe not.
Okay.
He says, "I am a North Carolina boy, born and raised in Charlotte, and my dad and I always shared this disdain for South Carolina drivers."
We call it the underbelly of North Carolina for a reason, and one of those is the drivers, apparently.
I guess so. And living close to Charlotte, you are right on the border of South Carolina. But since you and Link have experiences in both states, and I don't know about you, but I reckon he's talking about me, do you both have any strong opinions about the drivers in each neck of the Carolinas?
Okay. Well, you first, Dad. I mean, you live there. You consider yourself a South Carolinian at this point.
Yeah, that would be correct.
For tax purposes, for podcast purposes, for all reality. I still consider myself completely loyal to North Carolina.
Yeah.
So you go first. You tell me what you think.
Well, Miles, I can kind of understand what you're talking about, living up in Charlotte and living so close to the South Carolina border. But, I've seen people driving up and down the road, and they just ain't all from South Carolina or North Carolina. And if you live at the beach like I do, and in South Carolina, probably 50% of the people that drive down here ain't even got a hint of being from South Carolina originally. They either from New York, Chicago, somewhere way up north. And they've migrated down here.
Dayton.
Yeah. Okay. Anywhere above the Mason-Dixon line. And so, and I know there's some poor drivers in South Carolina, but there's some poor drivers in North Carolina too, because I've seen them come down here in what is my state now and drive around and look like they lost and don't know where they need to be going. And Charlotte's a pretty big city. So if I go to Charlotte and drive up there, you'd probably have a disdain for me driving, because
Good point.
Nancy gets on me all the time, said, turn your blinker on, turn your blinker on. Hell, I ain't got, sometimes I don't know where I'm going. I can't get my blinker on in time. So, so, you know, you might be talking about me, but listen, if you're talking about the way I drive, I can handle it. I can take it, you know. So you can talk trash to me but just don't try to run me down side the road like some of these other people that do driving in South Carolina and North Carolina and all these other states. So
why did you say I can take it? You seem to imply that you've had to take it. Have you gotten criticism for your driving beyond just putting a blinker on?
Well, I've got a lot of criticism from Nancy about how the way I drive sometimes.
How does she describe it?
I tell her, you know, that's probably one of our sore subjects because she'll say something to me about my driving and I say, just leave me alone. She said, and everything will be all right. And then she says, oh, no, it ain't either, because one of these days, somebody's going to hit this truck you driving, and it's going to be wrecked. And that's the reason I tell you, you need to be trying to drive better. So,
in what way are you not driving well? Are you being aggressive? Are you cutting people off? Are you being erratic? Or are you being real slow? What's your style?
No, there ain't nothing slow about me driving. But it might be that, you know, when I'm trying to get somewhere, I'll change from one lane and these people that's so slow in front of me, I try to get by them and get in another lane and get on up the road and get in front of them. I mean, I don't ever really give them any gestures or anything about get out of the way or something, but I am trying to get in front of them.
That's called a blinker, Dad. The gesture is a blinker, a turn
that's
signal.
I
don't really give any gestures about where I'm going. Well, let me tell you, the apple is right underneath the tree. Lando is the one who told me most recently that I am an erratically aggressive driver. And this was out of the blue. I didn't ask him for feedback. We weren't even in the car at the time.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he wrote it in my birthday card. As a matter of fact, it was one of the things he chose my birthday card to critique my driving. But I am a very aggressive driver, especially ever since you've ridden in my electric car, right?
Yes.
And that thing has got so much acceleration. And so I can just I can zip from lane to lane and I am very aggressive. Like, if there's a line of cars, and there always is in LA to get anywhere, I always wait to the last second to get over. And I'm like a pickaxe.
But I've been
I will just wedge in there.
At least you do turn your blinker on.
I'm a blinker maker. I will make a blinker.
Yeah, where you can get on over. I need to turn over at least, and maybe I need to be a better blinker man.
But my car is not nearly as big as yours, so
yeah.
So we're in the same boat. So back to I don't know. I can't say too much negative about South Carolina driving. Maybe it's just the roads, because I mean, South Carolina has a reputation of having the worst roads in America. Is that true?
They don't spend a lot of money on upkeeping roads, except for maybe the main road going out, but and then just like the interstate, when you go from North Carolina to
South Carolina
and get on 95, it's not but 2 lanes going one way and 2 lanes coming back, and it's a pretty good piece across South Carolina. And then when you get to Georgia, it just opens up like a covey of quail out there, and there's like 3 or 4 lanes from Georgia all the way till you get in Florida, and you just going up and down the road. So, you know.
South Carolina, y'all got to catch up. Y'all got to start driving y'all got to expand. And Miles, I think Dad's onto something here, that like wherever you live, the license plates that are driving around your town that aren't from your state, are easy targets, you know. They're out-of-towners, not familiar with the culture of driving. And if they're from South Carolina, they're just waiting for the road to just end at any point or turn into a chasm, you know, or to go from like 6 lanes to 1 lane. It's just that you got to cut them some slack because they're used to anything happening at any point in the road that's not kept up. So,
yeah. Why do you want to learn a new language? Maybe you have an upcoming international trip, want to connect with a family member or friend, or just want to learn a new skill or take on a new hobby. In comes Rosetta Stone, the most trusted language learning program available on desktop or as an app. It truly immerses you in the language you want to learn. They use trusted experts for 30 years with millions of users and 25 languages offered, some of which include Spanish, French, German, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, Dutch, and Arabic. Rosetta Stone immerses you in many ways. There are no English translations, so you really learn to speak, listen, and think in that language. It's designed for a long-term retention. Plus, they have convenient desktop and app options with audio companion and the ability to download lessons offline. All for an amazing value. A lifetime membership has all 25 languages for any and all languages needed in life. That's lifetime access to all 25 language courses Rosetta Stone offers for 50% off. A steal. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a limited time, Dispatches from Myrtle Beach listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off. Visit rosettastone.com/dispatches. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/dispatches today. Did you know that Rhett and Link have a grooming line? Well, I didn't. Unleash your legendary style with a line of mythical grooming and personal care products. The collection features items for the hair on your face, hair on your head, and for everything else. Available now at mythical.com. And Link, we got another email from Dale, and it says, my fiance, Casey, and I are just about to close on our first house. What are some good things to do after we finish moving in to make sure our house is well taken care of for years to come?
Dale, you came to the right place. Dad, let him have it.
Well, Dale, there's a couple of things I'm going to go over with you about you and your fiance getting your first house. And I hope the first part I'm going to talk to you about is not too late. Because if you're buying a new house, you need to, what we call in the real estate business, and I do have my broker's license. I ain't never used them, but I got them. But you need to do your due diligence of having your house inspected and everything looked at and checked out, your air conditioning unit, heating unit, the roof, what kind of insulation you got in it, you know, how old is the house to see, you know, what you may have to get into on down the road about doing it. So have you an inspector come and go over and it don't cost you a lot of money, $300 or $400 to get your house inspected by a professional so you'll know exactly what's going on with your house that you're buying. But then the second thing, if you've done that, and you probably did, Casey, before you bought the house, but when you move in, you and your fiance want to make sure and just make this your own cozy, nice place. And I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Just don't go out and start buying furniture right off the bat. Get you a bed to sleep in and maybe a place to put your clothes, and you got the closet and stuff to hang your clothes up in. But take it little steps at a time, because I've been down this road. Me and Nancy bought a condo, and we bought furniture that we thought would fit in this condo several years ago, and probably been 10 or 12. And when we bought all this furniture and brought it down the road, hell, they won't know where to hardly put all of it. And in the living room and all the stuff, and this was just a condo, about 1,100 square feet. So we ended up, we bought a nice, pretty red chair. And we kept it about 2 months, and we just give it to one of our daughters. I think we give it to Candace, because we didn't have enough room to pull the chairs out to eat around the table hardly.
You got to know how you're going to use the space and how much space you got. You got to live in it a little bit. That's good advice.
Yeah, and so that's what we did when we built our house here. And we had bar stools to sit at the bar and eat at for about a year and a half. And then we went and and we bought finally figured out we bought some beds. We had where you could sleep.
Good.
So just, take your time and see what both of you like and get it and where it'll fit into your house and make it your own place. And the second thing is, Casey, when you're getting pictures and hanging stuff on the wall, what your fiance wants and gets, just get it and hang it up.
There you go.
Don't even think about it. Just keep that opinion to yourself, because it ain't worth a hill of beans.
Just hang it up and shut it up.
Man, honey, that looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, your job is to hang it and make it level. That's it.
That would be correct.
Yeah. That's
and I can hang a picture and make it level. I'm tell you.
Know your role.
So that's right. That's right, Link. So what's your opinion, Link? What he ought to do?
I wouldn't wait a year before I put furniture in my house, but I think that is good advice. I wouldn't sit there without a couch for a whole year, though.
Well, I don't think we
maybe a month,
year,
maybe a month or so.
Oh no, we sat there. It was probably 6 months before we bought a couch, because we was looking for what we wanted.
Okay, yeah, you got to get what you want. I like that. I like your advice. I vouch for it. You got to know it. You got to ease into things after you get the right person to inspect it. Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
That seems pretty complete to me.
It's time for another edition of You're Way Over My Head Now.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a term, and you got to see if you can guess what it is. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here's the first one. Tell me what a Karen is.
A what?
A Karen.
A Karen.
A Karen.
Not a crayon, a Karen.
Right. You never heard of this?
No.
Okay, well then you give it your best guess. I'll give you a hint. Who is a Karen?
That would be a friend.
They're probably somebody's friend. But when you call somebody a Karen, it's not usually because they're a friend.
Oh, it isn't?
Mm-mm. When you think of the term Karen, what type of person do you picture?
I guess somebody that might be opinionated.
Okay, there you go. Are you thinking of a particular Karen that you've known over the years? No, the Karen I know and known all the years was really a pretty nice, easygoing person. But I'm just trying. Then think of the opposite of her. Obnoxious. There you go. Now we're on to it. We're basically talking about a middle-aged white woman who is very opinionated about things that have nothing to do with her, who gets in people's business and wants to tell them what for. It's like if you're in your car in the grocery store parking lot and then some middle-aged woman with her hairstyle comes up pointing at you talking about how you don't need to back into your spot. Oh. Someone who's confrontationally obnoxious because as if they have the right when they really don't.
So how did the name Karen?
It just sounds like the perfect name for that type of person.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right.
Here's another one. FWB. Now you learn what LOL means.
Yeah.
Do you remember what's LOL?
Laugh out loud.
There you go. Lots of love. FWB.
Lots of love. Yeah. FWB. Foul white boys.
Foul white boys. Hanging out with Karen. It's Karen's kids. FWBs. Nope. Try again. Go a different direction.
Found where I belong.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that sweet? This is sweeter than that. F stands for friends. See if you can take it from there.
Friends with booty.
That's basically it. Friends with benefits.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. If you, they got something then that you want and you'd like to have.
Yes, that's true. But what is that something?
With booty, with sex.
There you go. Friends with booty with sex. That's it. Friends with benefits. That's it, Dad. Use that in your everyday conversation at Sunday school.
That ain't gonna happen.
All right, what about this one?
I'd have to find a new church.
What about FOMO?
Let's see. First on the moon. I don't know.
First on the moon.
First orangutan moving on the moon.
That's the first orangutan to move on the moon. FOMOM. Fear.
Fear of most others.
So social anxiety. No. Fear of
mad others.
Yeah, so a people pleaser. Fear of missing
octopuses.
I mean, if I'm swimming somewhere and somebody told me afterward, "Did you see that octopus?" and I didn't, I think I would have fear of missing octopus from then on out. Because I don't want to be out. I mean, you should have pointed it out. If there's an octopus, you need to come over and tap me on the shoulder, and I'll go over there and see it. You're giving me FOMO. Fear of missing out. It could be of an octopus.
Oh,
FOMO. It's when you hear your
out.
friends are up to something, and if you don't go, if you don't attend, you're afraid you might miss something. All right. And finally, okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. Let's see.
You know what a baby boomer is, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you a baby boomer?
And
the population explosion post World War II?
Yep, that would be correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this is. So
okay.
If somebody says to you, okay, boomer, that's derogatory.
Okay.
What do you think it means?
It means you've been raised up with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Oh. It actually just means that you're old and out of touch.
Oh.
Like you say something and then you get written off by a younger generation. Okay, boomer. I think I'll
have to remember that because I don't believe I'm gonna get written off if somebody calls me a okay boomer.
There you go. You won't let that happen.
No.
Mm-hmm. You'll give them a nice little Karen.
I'll just tell them that you might think I'm a okay boomer, but I've lived what I've lived, and I know how you're living. So you need to be living like I'm living.
Oh, that's it. That's it right there. All right. Well, sorry to make you angry. I guess we'll back away slowly.
That's all right.
Don't want you to get you in Karen zone.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one out of that list that you learned today?
We're going to do the last one?
Just vibing.
That just means, man, I'm just feeling how things ought to be going on, and I'm just floating right on down the road with you, man. So, I'm just vibing and going on with what's going on around us.
Okay, Boomer. Just kidding. I think you nailed that one. My dad knows how to vibe, if anything. That's it, Dad.
Well, I reckon I like that just vibing the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew what it was.
Right. And because you live it. You live it.
Every day. Yeah. Well, Link, it was good having fun with you all here with us today, and all you Myrtle Beast, and we'll be back next week for another one. And don't forget to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcast on YouTube. And while you're at it, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And if you got a question, comment, or story you'd like to share with me, email me at ratherbesagging53@aol.com. Mm-hmm. Y'all have a great rest of the week, and we can't wait to vibe with our voices again next time.
That's right.
We're going to be vibing on down the road.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Love you.
Good to see you. Love you.